Okay, I think we're recording.
Yeah, I can see the
Yeah.
little icon.
All right. So good. Hi, Kevin. How are you doing?
Good, Andric. How are you?
Good. All right. So we're there today to explain you the workout, the 21.1, just give you some tips, give you a warm up that you can do at home or at the gym with Kevin here. So we're gonna start with the warm up, and then we're gonna explain what tips that we think are a good one for this workout. So Kevin, do you want to start the warm up?
Yeah, sure. So we start with a general warm up to obviously get the blood flow like any other workout, but to direct the blood flow specifically to the shoulders. We came up with 5 minutes, just an easy to moderate bike. Make sure you keep that easy as well. Don't go too crazy. You don't want your heart rate to spike. We're just trying to get warm and let the blood flow. But then at the top of every minute, you're going to relax the legs and go arms only. Again, don't go too hard on that. But for 10 strokes, just to direct that blood flow more to the arms and the shoulders. And that's basically it.
That's it. Cool. All right.
Yeah.
So then we have two little mobility exercises for you, one for each exercise in the workout. So the first one, the goal is to make sure that you can reach the proper position overhead when you do the wall walks. So I'm going to share two exercises that you can do at home or at the gym that we really like, me and Kevin. So the first one is the PNF lat stretch. Basically, what a PNF is you have to contract and to activate the muscle, and then you have to release the tension and then stretch the muscle. So I'm gonna share the video right there. So this is the one with the band. So you're just standing, and then you have to go a little bit forward, then push against the band with the elbows like that, like for 5 to 10 seconds, and then you release. You let the band pull the elbows back. Maybe try to don't arch the back. The goal is really the lats and the shoulder. So this is the first one. The second one is with the box and the PVC pipe. So kneeling on the ground like that, the goal is the same. You have to push against the box. Like right now, Gabriel there is pushing against the box with the elbows to activate the lats. And then 5 to 10 seconds later, he's gonna go down toward the floor like that and stretch the shoulder and the lats. That's it. So maybe do 5 to 10 repetitions like that. The goal is really to reach this position that so the wall walks are more easy to do later. That's it. So this is for the two shoulder exercises for the wall walks. Then for the double unders, just an easy one like that, just to prepare the calf. So just do on the overhead position like that. Maybe try to reach a good position with the head, like between the elbows, and then just bend a knee and try to reach the floor with the heel like that. Cool. Kevin, do you have something to add to that?
No, that's great.
Cool. All right. So we're gonna continue with the third part of the warm-up, so the specific one, just to make sure that you're ready to go and be efficient in your movement. All right. So Kevin.
Yeah. So specifically after we've kind of increased blood flow and then opened up the shoulders, allowed the calves to kind of work, we can get specific muscle activation. And we thought it's best to use a band and only one set because we've got a lot of work to do with the shoulders today, and we don't want to pre-fatigue them, but we do want to wake them up. So we have to be balanced in this warm-up and just not overdo it and but be ready to go. So specifically, we've included simple things like a banded Y pull that not only activates the upper back, but also opens the shoulders. Same thing with the W pull apart. It's gonna, sorry, I can't see the screen there, Andrew.
I know. I'm gonna just share the.
Oh, okay, perfect. So yeah, the W pull apart will also activate the shoulder as well, and the lats specifically. And then Andric, I don't know if you want to explain the oscillation because I love this one, but I think you're better at explaining.
Yeah, the goal with this one is simply to create instability in the shoulder, so the shoulder have to stabilize the thing. So you just have a band, either a mini band like that or a normal band, and you oscillate like that until you reach the overhead position, and then go down to the initial position like that. So only 3 reps of that, because this is kind of hard on the
Yeah.
beginning. So yeah, don't tire yourself too much before the workout. Good. That's basically it.
Yeah, I think one more thing to add is obviously after you do that, it's a good idea to play with the standard as you. So two things like do kind of a preparation where you're doing the actual wall walk, because at this point, I think the athlete's going to be ready to actually do the movement, and I think it's a big deal to really understand the standard, because a no rep can be very costly in a in this wall walk, because if you have to repeat that, it's a large effort. So really in your preparation, understand the standard and get ready to do the wall walk.
Yeah, exactly. Cool. All right. So this is the warm up that we suggest you to do before the workout. Like Kevin said, make sure that you don't do too much stuff on the shoulder, because you have to do 55 wall walk on the workout, and this is quite a good volume of wall walk. So yeah. Then the tips. So we're gonna talk a little bit about what we think you should do or maybe try in the workout to save some times. So the first one that me and Kevin agreed on is to find a way to reduce time under tension. You have to release tension somewhere in the workout. So it can be in the wall walks, it can be on the double unders, it can be on both, but you need to find somewhere to release tension. So for the first movement, the wall walks, I think, and Kevin, let me know if you agree, that you need to release tension by putting your end somewhere at the bottom of the movement. All right. So maybe between reps, just release the end from the floor, and then maybe just put them to the side, or maybe at the back or somewhere, just to make sure that the shoulder are not always in tension like that.
Yeah, completely agree. I think different athletes will require different periods of time where they need to release that tension. So like little ninjas like myself will be able to kind of spend a little less time doing that, but I still think they can't underestimate their time on tension. And then larger athletes with longer arms might have to spend a little bit more time. But you're fitter than me, so I think that this is going to be a good one for us. But anyways, I think the best way to think about this is if you have a heavy barbell, like think about like clean and jerk. You're going to do quick singles. You're not going to touch and go because it's going to waste a lot of energy. I think this workout is built, knowing how Dave Castro's brain works. I think this workout is built to kind of bite you and penalize your mistakes for going out a little bit too hot. And everyone's going to want to go a little bit hotter than they should. So what would we do with a heavy barbell? Because we're familiar with it, we would quick singles and we would pick it up when we're ready to do the rep. I think it's a big mistake to touch and go on this one from the start, and just manage your time, like you said, specifically with releasing your hands on the floor. If you think it takes too much time to put them all the way up to the side or all the way down, you can just like lie with them in a W and then just push right back into it.
Yeah, good. Exactly. All right. So we kind of want to do the same thing on the double unders to find a way to reduce tension. But if you just stop doing the double unders, you may feel the shoulder burn even if you just stop. So I suggest you to find a way to put the arms somewhere so the shoulder are really not under tension. Like for me, I like to bend over and then just put my forearms on my quads, so I don't have any tension on the shoulder at this moment. So this could be a good idea. I don't know for you, Kevin. I don't know for you, Kevin, if you have another tips for that.
No, I just think you really have to pay attention to how you feel on the double under, just generally. That's a good specific tip to reduce tension if you're feeling it in your shoulders. But the double under, again, it's sneaky. Like this is a sneaky workout, and it's like when we've all done a double under handstand push-up workout, and we know that. I think this is going to be similar, where we know that it doesn't give our shoulders a break. So I think the goal of the double under should be to keep the heart rate low, and then even though you might be really good at double unders, you might need a break just because of your shoulders, like you said, to reduce the tension. And we can't let that tension build to a point that gets our muscle to failure or burnout. I think that's very obvious, the obvious thing about this workout, but it's one thing to say and it's another thing to do in reality. When you're in the workout and you want to go fast and you want to do well, right?
Yeah. All right, so now let's talk about the positions on the wall climb, maybe to save some energy. Yesterday when Carrie Pierce did the workout, I noticed something that I want to share with you. Like at the bottom of the movement, you're gonna see that so you see my screen now, Kevin?
Yep.
Yeah,
yep.
Right. So like this is the way up. So when she's gonna go down, then both ends are gonna go on the tape. You're gonna see that she's basically doing a burpee. Okay, she's not doing a push-up. She's not controlling the way down. She's really doing a burpee. So she controls all the way from the tape to the tape, and then there, when the other arm touch the tape, you're gonna see that she is doing a burpee like that. You see? So this is really efficient. This is touch and go rep. So you cannot do that for the whole workout. But if you want to, no, exactly. But if you want to alternate with some of these and some with more rests, it could be a good idea. So this is an efficient way to do touch and go reps to me. All right.
I really like that.
Yeah. So I think she does that for every single rep like that, and then touch, and then burpee.
Her performance was actually wild.
Yeah, it was really, really good. But like, if you can see, we're gonna see that when she do the burpee, she's releasing a little bit the end from the floor like that. So then burpee up, and then you saw just the end a little bit.
Little flick of the thumb there.
Yeah, so just a little like that.
Yeah,
just a little, and then go up. Okay, because if you continue to push against the ground, there you're done. You're gonna work out. That's over.
Yeah.
So I don't know for you, Kevin, if you have something for the efficiency of the movement you would like to share.
No, I think you hit the nail on the head with pointing that out. That's a really, really good point. And I just, to further that point, I think you can use that even when you're not touching and going the rep. That you can just come, like the eccentric, you can just come down in that way no matter what you're doing, and then you don't have to touch and go, because that will reduce the load of your body on your shoulders no matter what, right? So I think it's good to practice that specifically when we were talking about practicing the actual workout. That's going to be key, I think.
This is a thing, because I don't know for you, Kevin, but I practiced the wall walk yesterday at home just to find some way that maybe are easier to do. And the thing is, you will need to do some reps to get used to the movement, because this is not something that you usually do, or maybe, but if you don't, you're gonna need to do some reps before, just to make sure that you don't think about the rep in the workout and you can just go. Yeah, because the standards are clear, but you have to think about it when you.
But they're new, right? They're new, so the standards are clear, but they're new. So
yeah, exactly.
Right, and that's what you're saying, right? So that's it's going to cause you, like you're saying, to think while you do your reps. So beforehand, if you practice this, I would even get a judge, whoever judge you to and ask them, hey, are these okay? And try to do them mindlessly after you think you have them figured out. And then, without doing too many reps though, because we don't want to get too tired.
No, exactly. And when you practice, I think to me, the hardest part was to wait to move the ends before the both feet are on the wall. So make sure that you don't move the ends before, because if you fail a rep or you just do a no rep, this is really a lot of time that you need to you lose a lot of time doing that.
And one more thing on the while we're on the topic of standards, I think the athlete's responsibility here is to tell your judge, hey, I don't care if you no rep me, but do it as soon as possible so that I don't have to do a whole rep, because don't assume that your judge is going to be a good judge. Like, I don't know who you have judging you, just make sure that you communicate this specific thing to them, because that's a long rep to get no rep on at the end when you could have been no reps before you did it, right?
Yeah.
Actually, do you mind going back to that screen?
Oh yeah.
And sorry, I just noticed. So can we go to the start where she was in that pike?
Yeah.
With her hands, with her feet still on the floor. So when she pikes up to push, keep going right there. Okay. Notice how she pushes her head through. So we talked about the way down, right? So on the way up, like you said, standards wise, we have to keep the hands on the tape until the feet leave the floor. But notice how she gets into that good, solid, stacked position before anything happens. So before anything happens, what I see a lot of in the wall walk, especially when some athletes get tired and might not be used to it, they do a push up and their head is in a bad position, so not through the arms, and then it causes the core to be relaxed and slouched. So we talked about reducing tension, but on the way up, you have to drive the head through to that good position so that you can actually find your tension in your core, and it'll make the movement more stable and save your shoulders. So
yeah, exactly. And then that makes me think about that. When you're gonna reach this position, okay, first make sure that the floor isn't slippy, I think is the word. Because me at home, it was hard to get in this position without going forward. So make sure that the floor is okay before you attempt the workout, and you may need to push against the floor in this position specifically just to do the first step like that, and then maybe relax a little bit more. But for the first step, make sure that you push, because your core is gonna hyperextend if you don't like that.
Yeah, and I think you can even see some chalk on the floor there. So I think that's to prevent exactly what you just said, that little bit of a slippiness.
Yeah. All right. So exactly.
There she goes, releasing her hands.
And then have in mind that this athlete is an ex-gymnast, I think, and she's really, really good on her ends. So if she needs to release tension, then you will need to release tension.
Yes, for sure. Yeah. I think maybe good to do a recap on that, because we talked about a lot, but we can make it simple. Just specifically on the, we know this is going to be a wall walk workout, right? So I think we, like you said, Andrick, specifically on the way down, we have to do what we can to release tension. So when the hands reach the tape, kind of sliding and releasing the tension before we even come to the ground. If we can kind of get that burpee effect, even if we're not touching and going, I think it's a good way to release, to come down anyway without any tension. We can release that tension sooner. And then on the floor, do what you need to do. Take your time. Think about the rep like a heavy bar quick single at this point, where you can kind of release the hands or do what you need to do. And then on the way up, find that good shoulder extension position so that you can actually get to that tension point. So I think that's a good way to think about it in those three phases. But
that's perfect. Yeah, exactly. So this is it. I hope the workout is going to be a good one for you. This is kind of a good workout at the end for the shoulders. This is
Yep.
for pure endurance. So yeah, uh,
Yeah, it's gonna be a little longer. It's gonna burn.
yeah,
Yeah, it's not gonna be a blackout workout, which is nice. You're not gonna have to sell your soul.
exactly. Not for
But
this week.
for this week, yeah.
All right. So thanks, Kevin. Don't hesitate, guys. If you have any questions about strategies or things like that, just write to me or Kevin to the Deka Comp, either like Instagram, social media, or on Facebook on the Deka Athletes, Deka Comp Athletes. So yeah, that's pretty much it. You have something more to say, Kevin?
Just good luck, guys.
Good luck. Yeah. All right. Good. See you soon, Kevin.
Yep.
Okay,
See
bye.
you. Bye.